Hey guys, Munashe Ali here from Angel Property Group. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I thought I'd jump on quickly on Instagram and Facebook and drop you a little video with a brief introduction of who I am and how I got started in my property journey, and hopefully inspire some of you guys looking at getting started too. Now, I started off my property journey very similar to a lot of you guys. I started off going to different webinars and seminars and events all across the southeast of England until I discovered rent to rent. Now, we chose rent to rent because it gave us the ability to start off in property with little to next to no capital at all. I was in my second year of university, and as you can imagine, going to my first seminar, being dropped with 25,000, 30,000, 50,000 pounds for mentorships and all these courses, it was very frightful for me. So I was really grateful to have discovered rent to rent. Now, my mentor was an absolutely amazing mentor. He managed to take my whole family on board, my brother, my mother, and myself. We spent a beautiful weekend down in Exeter with him and his family and his team and a great group of people, and discovered so much with rent to rent and property and just where it can take us. Now, just to sum up a few of the things that rent to rent has allowed me or given me the possibilities to do, and that improve my lifestyle, pay off some of my debts, enjoy my uni experience a little bit more, and all in all, create a form of stability and income which I didn't have prior. Now, the reason I launched Angel Property Group and my mentorship was to be able to support and reach as many people as possible, starting off in their properties and their careers, and be able to inspire and help them grow and advise them in ways that I wasn't able or wasn't given the opportunities to do so. Now, and my hopes are that my online training, my courses, my mentorships provide as much value as I have taken through the multiple mentorships and different platforms of educations that I've taken and that I've had, and I can share some of that wisdom and education with a lot of you. Now, I started off my journey with the idea and the goal and the vision to support my family, myself, and my extended family. And throughout my property journey, the past 4 years, that goal, that vision has only grown to a much larger scale. I want to take it globally, internationally, if I can. There are a lot of people out there that need support, that need help, that can't necessarily afford the normal training that's provided there currently. And it is my vision and my goal to be able to provide something, to provide a program, to provide an education, and to provide the support system that's needed for anybody starting out in rent to rent, for anybody starting out in deal sourcing, and be able to help them achieve their goals and help them get started at a fraction of the cost. It's COVID-19, it's lockdown, and it's 2020. This is the perfect opportunity for me to provide as much help, value, and content to as many people as I can for as little as I can. This will in turn help me grow as a businessman, as a property investor, as a human being. So my story started off in 4 years ago. I was in my second year of university. My mother gave me a call. She was like, would you like to go to a property seminar with me, catch a train and just come and see what's in store, basically. So that Friday, I remember vividly, I caught a train to Reading and attended my first property seminar. I was absolutely blown away by the opportunities and the capabilities, and just the sheer fact that there were these possibilities available for someone of my age, and that age wasn't a number, age wasn't an issue. And it did take us about a year after that So we technically started 5 years, but it did take us about a year after that to find our first mentor. I've had a roller coaster of a journey, guys, and I'll tell you a little bit of a story of the first ever big mistake we made in property. The first mistake we ever made, we started off with no education, right? We had done all the pre-property seminars and events, whatever, well over 10 of those events. We attempted to tackle rent to rent on our own. We thought we'd found a nice landlord, really nice guy, nice family, who had his property on the market for sale and for rent. We managed to negotiate a deal. It took us about a month of fixing up his property, and it was on the day we were moving in our first tenant. We had the property fully done. Carpets, fire alarms, beds, furniture, you name it, completely done, all out of pocket, and the property fully tenanted. So we hadn't signed the contracts between the tenants, but we had the tenants ready to move in, and we were just waiting for the landlords to finalize the contract. So it was on the day they were supposed to have signed. We had agreed all the terms. We're moving in our first tenant, and we arrived to the property, guys, and can you believe this? They had locked and changed the doors. We get there, I've just picked up the tenant from the middle of the high street. She's absolutely confused what's going on. She's supposed to be moving in. The tenants are supposed to be the landlords are supposed to be signing the contracts, and hey ho, they say, we're not too sure, we need to revise the terms of the contracts right now, but leave the tenant with us, it'll be fine. You guys go head on over, and we'll take it from here. So yeah, big learning curve there, guys. Contracts, due diligence, always a must. Make sure they're always done first. And I've got loads of stories to tell you guys, loads of mistakes that I've made. And if you guys would like to know any more of them, reach out to me, drop me a like message on this video, give me a follow, and we'll have a discussion and we can talk a little bit more about it now. Of course, at the time it was frightening, it was painful, but we've learned, we've grown, and we're a little bit more experienced now. So yeah, drop me a like or a message if you guys want to have a discussion and want to know a little bit more about my story, and I'll dive right into the deep details. So the reason why I launched an education sort of program, mentorship, was because, guys, I network rigorously. I love to network, and I was finding a lot of people were asking me for mentorship, for guidance, for excuse, and it got to that point where I was like, you know what, I'm spending a lot of time giving out my knowledge for free. I can now turn this around and use it and create a sort of another stream of income, at the same time being able to help a lot of other people. Now, I know a lot of people who are in my situation who started off exactly as I have, with little or no money in their bank accounts. And I know how difficult it can be trying to get started without the resources needed. And I just want to let people know that I am there for you. If you need help or advice or guidance, I am there. I don't charge you straight off the bat. If you guys want to know just any advice with rent to rental property, or want to know my journey, drop me a message. We'll have a conversation, and trust me, it'll be well worth the time. So after this video, I'm gonna drop just a few of the messages of people that I've worked with, so you guys can swipe and take a look, and just see some of the things that we have done and accomplished with some of the people, and how you guys can be part of the process too. I'll be launching my online course, which will be accessible to everyone across the world, in 2 weeks. But more details are to follow. It's still locked down. Look after yourselves and your loved ones. Take care, guys. Love you lots.